Most insane. This is 44 minutes long. Hell nah. Let's get it.
These are the 10 most insane police chases on the internet. Make sure to drop a like and try not to run away from the cops, or else you'll end up like
Hinata.
number 10.
What is go with ya?
Okay, so what really sets his first chase off for most is the fact that not only are the cops chasing down a literal school bus, but its driver is actually a student at the very school from which the bus was stolen from. Airing on A&E's Live PD, this juvenile driver was barely old enough to be behind the wheel, let alone handling a 26-passenger bus.
Look at the door, bro. It's just wide ass open.
The driver decided to swerve all over the road, at one point even heading into oncoming traffic.
Trying to watch people crash.
Colliding with the traffic on the other side of the road, our bus thief decided to go for
this dumbass kid, bro.
Target.
Waterside Estates. Look at the front of the bus. It's just all. Damn.
Yeah, thankfully nobody was seriously injured in this crash, and the kid was apprehended by police shortly afterwards.
He fucked that bus up.
If this kid ever wanted to steal a car again, let's just hope he looks for a game like GTA for his thrills rather than doing it in real life. But anyways, on to number 9.
But instead of driving on the road, I just run on the sidewalk and just hit everybody.
As far as police chases go, it's not uncommon to see a biker who isn't really keen on following speed limits enforced on highways. For this driver, though,
oh my god, he's gonna get fucking smoked by a car.
He evaded police custody, and rather than keeping his eyes on the road and attempting to truly escape the cops,
look at his dumb ass.
Wanted to show off a little.
What the fuck?
High-speed chase, but when he put his feet on the seat, that was more than some could stand.
Look at this guy! Look at this guy! Look at this! Look at this! He is totally.
I mean, I guess he's going to jail anyway. He might as well make it a ride worth talking about once he gets put behind bars. Crazy part is, the culprit in question actually thought it was strange that the police tried to kick him off his bike during his joyride. Regardless of if he agreed with it or not, the guy was inevitably caught and promptly paid the price for his reckless antics.
Are you a capper? What are you talking about? Am I a capper? Neon signs? Shit, I don't know.
Philip Resendez was arrested for felony evading.
What do you mean, am I a capper?
The wrong way.
What do you mean you didn't endanger anybody? You're standing on your bike going 100 miles per.
Okay, let's be honest though. If he's standing on his bike, he's more than likely going to get smoked and killed. He's not endangering anybody.
Hour.
At the end of the day, nobody was hurt, and the guy apologized to his two daughters before being booked for his crimes.
What are you talking about?
Well, he did walk away with a one-of-a-kind story to tell. I doubt it was
That's what I'm saying.
In jail.
He's only endangering himself.
Imagine you're out on a family road trip, you know, RVing across the country. You stop at a place to rest and relax when some crazy lady hops in your RV and,
Damn, that shit is fucked up.
Oh my gosh, look at this.
A chunk of the RV was ripped away.
Yo.
To make matters worse here, the lady brought her 2 dogs in the vehicle with her while she went for a dangerous joyride.
Yo, people are fucking insane, bro.
With her while she went for a dangerous joyride, and it gets really scary when one of the dogs does this.
No, he jumps out.
There's Fido out there.
He's staring out of the gaping hole. Even the dog can't believe it.
Yo.
He's had enough. Out he goes.
Oh my god.
No, he jumped.
Can't believe it. He had enough. Out he goes.
And this is why she stopped?
Thankfully, the pup limps away, but if this woman wasn't already in enough trouble with the police, considering her dog jumped out like that, I'm sure she's catching flack from PETA as well. She goes on to ram into other vehicles, leaving a trail of destruction before one crash makes her chase come to a screeching halt.
No way, that's the dog.
Injury was to
no way, that was the dog chasing her, bro.
Destruction before one crash makes her chase.
How is he still alive?
Come to a screeching halt. The only serious injury was to the pup that jumped from the car, who then had to wear a pair of casts on its front and back legs until making a recovery. If this lady is ever allowed to drive away again, I just hope that she decides to keep the pooch far away from any of the action.
Yo, that was insane.
Number 7.
He just committed suicide
if you were
almost.
ever trying to outpace and escape the police, I'd imagine some of us would do just about anything to get away. Whether that be driving along the same highway at high speeds for hours on end, or even doing something as insane as boarding a moving train.
Had to
What?
stop for this train.
We are following this now.
The person
Just
got out and ran.
That's true, at least
It
the
looks
dog
like somebody else
survived.
is in the back of the
No,
vehicle
my
too,
family
but again,
doesn't,
this
bro.
person
They're
has
Mexican and
jumped
white,
out
you
running
dumb
on
bitch.
foot.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you've got to commend this guy's resolve in not getting caught.
Wait, what the
Has
fuck?
jumped ran. It looks like
right next to
somebody
the
else is
train
in the back of the
tracks.
vehicle too, but again, this person has jumped out running on foot.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you've got to commend this guy's resolve in not getting caught.
I thought he was trying to-
who here can honestly say that they would chase down a moving train just to board it in an attempt to evade the cops? Like, the man just sneaks aboard the scrap train and rides it for
Nah,
a
bro, I
while
ain't gonna
before
lie.
ditching it to
One slip up and you fall underneath, it's GG's, bro. Like, you're dead.
take off on foot.
There in the back seat as well. But again, this person running right along the railroad tracks, very close there.
You almost wonder if he's going to try to jump onto the train right there.
Look, he's
While the other two folks in the back of his car
I am
had already been
Mexican, you
apprehended by this
dumbass.
point,
I'll take
this
a
guy just
fucking
kept on
test.
running until he was inevitably caught by police later that day. Well, obviously none of us can condone his actions. I'm sure we can all respect the effort put in by this guy trying to escape. The man literally jumped onto a moving train.
Nah, that's
Number
insane.
6. If there's one thing we've all done while playing the Grand Theft Auto series, it's easily spinning out and crashing during a police chase.
Hell yeah.
Naturally, the main vehicles following you are, of course, police cruisers, and
Then
while
you go
some of
to
us
the-
just grab another
the
pedestrian's
workshop.
car, the rest of us run straight for a cop car instead. So, when this guy totaled the first vehicle he stole, the next closest car just so happened to be that of the very officers who were meant to apprehend
5%, but my mom's fully Mexican. Make that make sense. Where the hell are where are the cops at? Why are they not beside their
Yeah.
car?
Control smart cookies in general and seeing what's going to
is he
happen
doing?
here.
Oh,
no.
This did not happen.
Where are the cops at?
No. No.
Suspect
no,
is
no.
now commandeered a CHP
car.
in a,
Somehow he
Snag that
manages to
bitch.
evade the cops and even take off with one of
Take a test right now. You understand I have to order offline, ship it back to them, and then wait a couple of weeks for the results? Like, that's a long period thing, you dumb bitch.
their cruisers, and that's not even the worst of it.
to the woman who was on her hands and knees, both leading
Definitely.
their cars.
And there's another
there's that
officer
car.
that's just clueless. He doesn't even know.
He doesn't know.
Yo.
Do they not have
doesn't
a
know.
point?
W
I mean, you
escape.
can't really blame the officer who keeps on going here. Like, how in the world would you ever expect that your peers would let a suspect get away and with one of their own vehicles? Well, I say get away, but the chase only continued on for like another 20 minutes before the crook was arrested.
Shoot his
So,
ass.
while his maneuvers were pretty tactical, they didn't exactly pay off in the end.
I'll
Number
do it off
5.
stream. I'll order
The
it.
typical signs of a police chase are cars moving rapidly at high speeds, while occasionally causing a bit of havoc and even some destruction while trying to evade custody. For this chase, though, we're veering off on a different path. Rather than stepping down on the gas as hard as he could, this driver opted to do the exact opposite.
Chase, but this one
Yo, he just
may be the
moving 5 miles
slowest
per hour? What the hell's
ever.
going on
Fort
there?
Worth police followed the white Nissan
Fort
for
Worth?
more than 2 hours.
Is this Zay?
The suspect in no hurry.
Because
to
I am
escape.
white. Yeah, you have white in you too, dumbass.
Crowds of gawkers gathered on overpass.
Ever
I'm
hear the
also
song
German.
Slow Ride? It kind of does indicate to take it easy, but this takes the lyric to a whole new level. This driver even cultivates a crowd waving to those behind the road, acting as if it was his like own parkway parade. And while this guy lives it up, he's got those police trailing at a similar speed until eventually the driver decides to kick it into high gear.
And went the wrong way down an access road to get back on the interstate. Then, enough is enough. A police SWAT car performed a pit maneuver and rammed the back of the suspect's car, causing it to slam
Okay, so you're
into
white,
the concrete
bitch.
median.
After he's detained by police, it was revealed that the car was chock full of methamphetamine and that the driver was, of course, under the influence. And that
Aw.
probably explains why he eventually tried to make
That's why he was moving so damn slow. He didn't want to drive fast.
a break for it. Number 4. So far on this list, we've seen people try to escape the police on trains and RVs and even in other officers'
Nah, that
cars.
RV one was
However,
insane.
one thing we've yet to see and will likely not see for some time is a culprit trying to get away on his longboard.
Traffic clutching the longboard.
Oh, look at
And then
him.
came the move worthy of a movie.
just said you're white,
If only
bitch.
it had worked. For 5 seconds, the suspect tried to skateboard away from officers.
What
in
is
hot
this?
pursuit on
Like, how fucking stupid do you have to be? If you're getting chased by a helicopter, you're not getting away. The best chance you have is staying in a car.
foot.
What is this?
Before all this, the man was being pursued by police in a car he'd previously stolen before crashing into the back of another driver's vehicle.
Damn.
Knowing he'd be caught if he did nothing, he did the first thing that came to his mind and tried to carve his name in the history books by attempting his own version of the Great Escape. With that in mind, though, if I were this guy, I probably would have just thrown it away and ran as fast as I could, but And again, regardless of what method he used, there was no escaping the long arm of the law.
Police were closing in.
Oh my God, they're
the
fast.
same red pickup cut him off and practically pinned him.
Oh, W Mans.
Who's that guy?
Next time he decides to try and
W-Mans.
evade the police, I just hope he brings something a little quicker than a longboard as a backup plan. Number 3.
You just said you're
in most
white.
police chases, people start in a car
I'm
and
German,
end up running
Mexican,
on
and
foot.
white.
But this chase begins on foot as the criminal was originally caught and was being treated on a stretcher near an ambulance. But right before he was processed and cuffed, he opted to jump up and take
stole
the
it?
emergency vehicle for a spin.
Police say they shot him 3 times as he reversed and hit 2 officers in uniform.
He shot him
For
with
almost
what?
90 minutes, Giverowski leads police on a tour of Frankfurt and Cotman Avenues and side streets around the
SWAT car?
boulevard.
Oh,
It takes
shit.
a special kind of person to take an ambulance, vehicle typically used for transporting the sick or injured, and instead use it as a getaway car. Then again,
No, that's
considering he was going to
insane.
be charged for assault anyway, it makes his desperate attempt at escape seem a little more understandable. But regardless of whatever vehicle he decided to steal, it was bound to need a tow after the chase.
For 4 minutes, he tries to get in front of Giverowski. His persistence pays. He flattens a front tire before spinning out.
Finally got the right tire, and he still was going. He was down to like 15 miles an hour.
Yeah, this tow truck driver is definitely a hero for his actions here, because shortly after he popped the guy's front right tire, a spike strip finished the job, making it easy for the police
What
to
am I
get
going
the
to?
criminal
Am I going to mark all the fucking ethnicities I am? You
back in
retard.
custody. And while the chase only went on for like 20 minutes or so, it definitely would have lasted much longer if it weren't for this truck driver showing up to work early. Talk about dedication. Number 2.
Yeah, nah, fuck that.
All right, if you can't tell by
he actually T-boned the fuck out of this car. Like, he didn't give a fuck. This poor car that just got
use it as a getaway car. Then again,
collateral damage right here. This
considering
BMW,
he was going to be
GG's.
charged for assault anyway,
whatever
it
it
makes
is.
his desperate attempt at
Damn.
escape seem a little more
of just how
That's tough.
young
to see behind the wheel, well, are little kids. In the case of this 7-year-old, he had his first encounter with the law on a bright Sunday morning.
Weber County Sheriff's patrol car as the deputy followed the
7-year-old.
boy, unaware of just how young that driver was. It was a wild ride, but the little guy never went over 35.
And while you can't really tell that it's a kid with him just driving along, it gets a lot easier to see once he pulls up to his
How does a 7-year-old even reach the pedals?
family's driveway.
I know Boat can't right now, and he's 24.
They'll never find me under the bed.
Yo.
Yeah, if I were to categorize the boy's skill as a driver.
The kid just ran right inside and told his dad that the cops were outside without giving him literally any context. So when the officer went ahead and told the dad what his son had been up to before church, she was just as confused as any of us probably would be
You're a grown-ass man and you're 5'3", bro. Shut up, bitch.
in that situation. I mean, in all fairness to the kid, when I was young, I remember always wanting to know how it felt to kind of like jump behind the wheel of a car. And while nowadays it's become a regular part of life for most of us, to this 7-year-old, it must have been an exhilarating experience. I mean, fair play to the kid. Honestly, it's just impressive that he came out of it uninjured and that he actually managed to drive pretty well for being 7.
Seven's
Next time, let's just hope he
crazy.
waits until he's at least 16 before taking his folks' car out for a spin. Finally coming in at our number 1 spot, we're taking a look across the pond to a pursuit that happened in London, England.
Bro. A 5'3" man, grown-ass man trying to say that his dick is bigger than mine, bro. You serious right now? You're a fucking midget. Your dick is nowhere near my size.
Conventionally, if you're trying to escape police custody, your vehicle of choice would usually be something small and fast, right? Well, for this intoxicated driver, he opted for something
You're a
with
grown-ass
a little
man.
more destructive power to go about on his rampage.
Overtaken. It's just prior to the north end sort of roundabout.
Look at this dude.
The vehicle just drives around. The slip road.
Like I mentioned before, our driver here is under the influence, meaning that he likely has no regard for anyone else on the road. With that in mind,
I know. This dude... It's not hard to be taller than him, bro. I ain't gonna lie. White people got shrimps. Really.
and you can imagine he's not exactly the most careful when trying to avoid the very cops that are chasing him.
Yeah, it's still got an officer. You need to get yourself
Look at
out
this
of
dumb
sight. If he
motherfucker.
sees you, he'll go
He's just
for
trying to
you.
run over this car.
He goes on to hit several other police cruisers along his
What
trail
is
of
that?
carnage. You see
Is
what
that
I
like
did
a
there?
dump
Okay,
truck
kinda
or
cringe.
something?
Well, anyway, of course, the driver was inevitably caught by police, but not before he caused plenty of damage to all of those police cars who decided to get in the way of his 12-ton dump truck destruction. Thankfully, that was the majority of the damage caused by this insane chase, and fortunately for everyone involved, no one was seriously injured. But hey, click on screen right now to check out this video. This has been Tommy. Keep it
Nah,
here.
that was wild, bro. The best one was definitely this one. Where's it at? That damn dog jumping out was fucking nuts.
Scary when one of the dogs does this.
There's Fido out there.
I cannot believe
Staring out of the
this.
gaping hole. Even the dog can't believe it. He's happy.
Bitches don't like white dick, bro. Really? Is that so? Kira didn't leave me for a black dick. You can ask anybody I piped. I got the best game in the world, bruh. Why do you think bitches can't get over me? They psycho. But fuck that, baby. I gotta pop out with the guys.